Get ready, fight fans. This week, the octagon isn't the only place for combat. We've got UFC legends stepping into bare-knuckle action, Dana White firing back at critics, and a fighter revealing his secret weapon before a massive main event. Plus, one of the UFC's biggest stars is calling out the matchmaking. It's all happening now. Don't miss a second of the action, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. This week, the UFC takes the show across the pond to London for a massive fight night event, but the action doesn't stop there. We're diving into how UFC veterans are making waves in bare-knuckle boxing, showing the incredible reach of these athletes beyond the octagon. You won't believe who's stepping into a new kind of fight. And speaking of UFC London, CEO Dana White is stepping into the spotlight to defend the upcoming card against a wave of criticism. Is it really a weak card? Or is the UFC boss just hyping up the action? We've got White's direct response and all the details on the fights he believes will blow you away, including a massive main event showdown. But what does it take to win a main event on home soil? We sit down with Lerone Murphy as he reveals the surprising mental game plan he's employing, working with a performance coach to unlock that extra edge. And later, we hear from Michael Venom Page as he pulls back the curtain on the frustrating world of UFC matchmaking, feeling like he's truly working blind. Stick around for all these stories and more. Don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring that notification bell so you never miss an update.
Looking for a fast-charging, ultra-responsive stylus for your iPad? Meet the 2X Fast Charge Active Stylus Pen, designed for 2018 to 2025 Apple iPads. Take your creativity and productivity to the next level. Click the link in the video description to shop now on Amazon.
UFC veterans are not just staying in the octagon, they're dominating in bare-knuckle boxing. Find out which former UFC stars are trading gloves for a new kind of combat this March 2022. Showcasing their incredible versatility and fighting spirit. This isn't just about MMA anymore, it's about pure, unadulterated combat across different disciplines. Get ready for a wild weekend where familiar faces step into uncharted territory, proving that their skills translate to any fighting surface. We've got the inside scoop on who's fighting, where, and what you can expect from these high-stakes matchups that are set to electrify the combat sports world. Don't go anywhere, because the drama is just heating up. Next, we're diving into the fiery defense of the UFC London card by none other than Dana White himself. Is UFC London facing a backlash, or is it just another hyped-up event? UFC CEO Dana White is firing back hard against critics, calling the upcoming UFC London card weak, especially the main event featuring Movsar Evloev and Lerone Murphy. White is adamant that this card is stacked with talent, pointing to undefeated fighters like Curtis Campbell, and showcasing a lineup that includes bouts like Nathaniel Wood versus Luzine Keita and the highly anticipated middleweight clash between Roman Dolidze and Christian Leroy Duncan. He insists the card is unbelievable and fun, emphasizing the raw fighting spirit that defines the sport. With 7 undefeated fighters on the bill, White is betting big on this event, delivering the excitement fans crave, directly challenging the narrative that this card is anything less than spectacular. But what's really going on behind the scenes with these fighters? Next, we uncover the personal journey of Lerone Murphy as he prepares for his biggest fight yet. What's the secret weapon for a home country headliner? Lerone Murphy is bringing a new ally into his corner for his massive UFC London main event against the undefeated Movsar Evloev, a mental performance coach. Murphy, who has faced life-altering challenges including surviving being shot twice and a severe cycling accident, sees this as crucial for unlocking his full potential, aiming for that extra 1% to maximize his performance. He's not just focusing on striking and grappling, but on the mental fortitude needed for the highest-stakes bout of his career. This strategic move comes as Murphy navigates changes in his coaching team, emphasizing a belief in drawing knowledge from diverse sources while staying anchored to his core team in Manchester. For Murphy, fighting in London, especially headlining, is a lifelong dream he's determined to achieve, fueled by gratitude and a deep personal drive that transcends the applause. But not all fighters are feeling the clarity in the UFC. We're about to hear from Michael Venom Page about his frustrating experience with UFC matchmaking. Is the UFC matchmaking process leaving fighters in the dark? Michael Venom Page is speaking out, describing the UFC's matchmaking as working blind due to a severe lack of clear communication and shifting priorities. Since joining the UFC in 2024, Page has achieved a strong record, including a win over Jared Cannonier, yet he feels uncertain about how to advance towards title contention. He contrasts the current UFC environment with past eras, where rankings offered a more predictable path, now finding the process sporadic and confusing. Page highlights extended waits between fights and uncertainty over opponents and weight classes as major frustrations, emphasizing that his criticism is solely about the booking system, not the organization itself. As he prepares for his welterweight bout against Sam Patterson at UFC London, Page hopes that consistent wins and vocal feedback will eventually lead to the direction and clarity he feels is missing. What an incredible lineup of stories. But before we go, let's recap the biggest moments of the week. We'll break down all the action in our lightning round outro. What a week in combat sports. We saw UFC veterans dominate in bare-knuckle action, Dana White passionately defend UFC London, Lerone Murphy reveal his mental edge for the main event, and Michael Venom Page call out the UFC matchmaking. You've seen the fights, heard the stories, and now it's time to get involved. Don't miss out on any of the action. Make sure you're subscribed, hit that notification bell, and let us know your thoughts in the comments below. And follow us on all social media platforms to stay connected. We'll see you next time.